Hello everyone, this is Rachel and thank you for joining me again on another Mixed Media Art Journal project. Today I'm going to be using my new supplies from my monthly subscription kit. It's a mixed media kit from the Lily Pad. And I am going to focus on a technique called reverse layers mask, whereby I can blend several papers from the kit together and use my brushes to reveal the patterns selectively. So what I'm doing right now is just setting up my brush. You can see that I have two papers in the layers panel, and the paper that is on top, I am slowly revealing portions of the paper, and you can see some pink right now, and I'm just stamping down to get the paper to show up in my background. So next I'm moving on to this brown paper bag, and again I'm going to select a brush. I'm using an abstract brush. You want something that doesn't have defined edges, so a round soft brush would work pretty well for this as well. But I just chose a watercolor brush. And again, I'm just revealing parts of the paper brown bag. And now with the final paper that I'm going to pull in, it's got a little bit more pink. I decided I wanted more pink in this project. And so again, just choosing my brush, making sure that my brush is set to the dissolve blend mode. And once I start to stamp down, portions of that paper will start to reveal. So now that I'm finished with my background, I want to pull in some of the cut files. And I've decided to use the cut files as stencils. So with the arrow cut file, I'm going to select the thumbnail. I'm going to hide the visibility. And then I'm going to select the inverse of that because I want it to look like I spray painted a mask. And then I'm just going to choose a spray paint brush, and this one happens to be from Lynn Marie, and she is one of the designers at the Lily Pad. So you can check her store for some of her gorgeous spray paint brushes. And I'm just spray painting that, and once I'm done, you see it looks like a stencil. So I'm just revealing the cut file again, and I'm going to repeat the same steps by clicking on the thumbnail and just selecting the inverse of that shape, getting my spray mist brush, and I'm just going to stamp down to get some of that spray mist on the paper. And I just like the arrows so much that I decided to use it for a final and third time. But this time I'm just changing the direction because, I just want to give it some variety on the page. I don't want everything to look the same. And so I click on the thumbnail, hide the layer, select the inverse, choose my brush, and I start to stamp down. And there, now I have some stencils. And I'm choosing this other cut file. I just like the shape of this. I want to get some of that diamond pattern. So after I resize it, I'm going to select the thumbnail again and then hide the visibility. I'm selecting the inverse because I want to get the shape of the diamonds. I don't want to get the shape of the circles. And then I just chose a different color. I'm going with blue because I wanted just some more of that blue to show up on my background. And so I am repositioning that stencil, clicking on the thumbnail once again, and I'm just repeating the same steps. And once I grab my brush, I'm just going to make sure that I stamp in some of those diamonds, and it's a rough stamp, which just means I'm clicking the left mouse button just to get a overall spray. Now I'm going to add some design elements to my project, and I decided to start off with this pretty pink tree. And I wanted the tree to be a little bit taller, so I'm duplicating my layer and just grabbing that and placing it right on top. And I needed to go in a different direction because I don't want it to just look like an exact copy. And I'm trying to get the leaves to be a little bit more thicker and more fuller. And then I have a little piece of branch sticking out, so I decided to just cut it out using my marquee tool and drawing a box around it, and I'm hitting the delete key. And that way it just blends in a little bit better. I'm just resizing it, and I'm not sure how big or how small I want it, but I know I want it on the left side of the page, so I'm just positioning it where I want. Now I'm just going to pull in that bird. I do want the bird to be sitting on top of the branch or the tree. And right now the bird, I'm just changing his position so he looks down a bit. I don't want that white background, so I'm changing the blend mode to darker color. And that actually just helps make it blend in to the background of the paper so it doesn't stand out too much. And here I just really like these scatters, and I just thought, I'll just put that on the page just for some added interest. So now I'm using a photo. This is actually a selfie, and I'm going to run a watercolor action. And you can see when I run the watercolor action, it just really turns that photo into more of an artistic look. And that's exactly what I was trying to go for in this particular instance. Now with my quick selection tool, I'm just selecting the entire image, and I can move that over into my project. And of course now I'm going to have to resize it and just make it fit better. But with this watercolor action on a photo, it just really helps make your photos blend into your mixed media projects. Of course, you don't have to use it, but this just really helped the look that I was going for on this page. So now I'm just going to pull in this beautiful quote by Audrey Hepburn, and I'm just going to pull it into the middle. And I realize that my tree now is too big, so now that I have my quote, I can proportion my tree and the bird accordingly. And so I'm just resizing and just making sure I get everything to fit perfectly. And I just want to tilt the photo just a little bit. I don't want it completely straight up and down. And then I was just looking and I was like, something's missing. And so I went back and I got this doodle border. And for me, that just really grounded the entire image and just really finished up my project. So here's the final look. I hope that you enjoyed this, and this is helpful to you, especially those of you that are subscribers for the monthly kit. So happy to be part of the community, and I look forward to seeing what everyone else has to share. So until next time, thank you for watching, and I hope you come back soon. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. That way YouTube channel knows that you like these types of videos, and that will help me to be able to provide more in the future. Thanks. Bye.